Hello Blizzard fans, this is FalconPaladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Oenone, Krampus, and Hogosha and Alex on Terraform, the Latter Edition. This is a random versus Terran replay, and both players got Terran, which is a problem because this is an Archon mode match. And both players are red, both players are Terran, but I will do my best to keep it straight. In the bottom right of Terraform, the Latter Edition, we have the red Archon team, Terran. And at the top left of Terraform, the Latter Edition, we have the red Archon team, Terran. Oh my gosh, I don't even know which team is which here. Which team has Alex, I wonder? We've seen Alex before on the channel, so I do not know. This should be a pretty spoiler-free replay, though. Assuming nobody says anything, I have no idea what's going to happen. SCV trying to kill one of his buddies here. Not buddy, but fellow members of his species. Does actually get the SCV kill. Very super annoying. Another one comes on to repair. This guy comes back, the murderer, comes back to try to kill yet another SCV, but gets chased away by a third SCV for Team Red Archon. The harassment is going here as well. Both players being so mad at each other for this SCV harass. Throwing down a supply depot in the place where this command center wanted to be built. There goes the cancel. And we're going to cancel this? No, probably let it finish and lift it off. Pretty funny stuff, though, so far. So let's slow the game down again. I like to do it when the action comes up. Marine pops up, kills an SCV. I don't know how he knew which SCV was his and which one was the enemy, because at this point, everybody is red. Everybody is Terran. Both players getting those Marines out. Again, it is Archon mode, so one player can kind of focus on the macro end of things. The other player can kind of work on the micro. Tends to see some higher level play than you might normally would from an average Legacy of the Void game, but regardless, we'll see how things go. I hope to see a lot of Legacy of the Void units in this replay, but so far, just Marines. It's a little bit early, though, I guess. I mean, obviously, we can't really see Liberators until later anyway, and Cyclones at the same time. So, I don't think Cyclones would be great against Terran players who are going Bio. Maybe if one blank goes Mech, Cyclones could be a lot of use. With that 550 damage lock-on ability they can hit while moving, that's enough to kill a tank, I think. Is enough to take down a single Thor? Entirely possible. I do not know, but either way, what are we doing here? Another factory. We might actually be going Mech for Team Northwest Archon. Should I just call them like NW? That's a lot of syllables, though. NW Archon. Northwest Archon. Northwest is actually faster. Okay, this is Team Northwest Archon. This is Team Southeast Archon. This is like Virginia and Florida and South Carolina, and this is like Oregon and Washington and like Idaho and stuff. Yeah, that sounds about right. So Northwest versus Southeast Terran. They are no longer Red Archon, but instead they are going to be named by where they are on the map. Bunker coming up. There's a small Marine push pump shooting out, but again, with the bunker here and just with like 4 Marines inside, they can handle any number of Marines that try to come up because you can repair the bunker. The bunker affords extra protection and whatnot. This has been a staple of StarCraft since the very, very beginning of the game. Bunkers have been around since 1997 when the game was released, and I will know because I was there. Reaper coming out, tank coming out for team who? This is team, okay, so up here is Team Northwest, down here is Team Southeast. So just keep in mind, the top guys are Northwest. That makes sense, North-South, right? That usually how it is? I'm not actually entirely sure. No, the Marines getting, there we go. I was going to say the Marines going to engage this outside of their bunker. A really stupid decision, but they did actually figure out they need to be inside that bunker instead of on the outside. Reaper's here, a Reaper just here hanging out, going to play defense. Reapers are better on offense, I think, but at the same time, going out there when there's Marines available to try and kill you makes it very, very scary. So it looks like we're going Bioplay versus Mech here. So I like this. I like to see the different styles from Terran versus Terran. I know in Heart of the Swarm this is a thing. You can either go Mech or Bio against your Terran opponent and be pretty much okay either way. Tank gets a quick shot off on that scouting Marine. Marine says, guys, there's a tank here. He shot me in the face for 35 damage. And I almost died, but I have 45 damage, so I'm okay. Look at me, I'm a trooper. Send a medevac to heal me when you can. Okay, thanks, bye. But regardless, there's a tank. But like I said, you can go Mech on fewer bases than you can against a Bio player. It makes sense because Bio is a lot more mobile. You can take those bases and defend them a little bit easier. But the Mech play is a lot more cost efficient. A big push with a huge amount of Mech with Thors and tanks and Hellbats and Vikings and like, what else were we thinking? Banshees and stuff. It's supposed to be more effective against bio, so we'll have to see if our friends Northwest Archon can deal with this versus Southeast Archon. Kind of reminds me of football. One of my subscribers kind of took exception to me posting a basketball GIF on my Twitter feed the other day, which is FalconPaladin, by the way, very easy to find. This Scouting Reaper is actually still alive. Took a few shots to the face from those Marauders and Marines, but is faster than both of those units. KD8 charge goes down, boof. Blows the guys up, but jumps down the ledge and gets killed immediately. We say that a lot on my channel. Reapers running around doing blind jumps down cliffs and ending up dead to the units that are at the bottom. But anyway, on my Twitter feed, I posted a basketball clip and said I love basketball. I play it every week, and I do. I play basketball every single Tuesday night. It's really fun. I like it a lot. Play with my brothers, play with friends from high school and things like that. But he took exception to that, saying that football is the way to go. And I said, you know what? I love football too. Do not jump to any conclusions, my Twitter follower. I also love football. I cannot wait. Training camp is right now happening for college football. I'm a big fan for college and the NFL. I live in Utah, and there's really not actually anything available. Catching that SCV, there we go. As far as the NFL goes, you're supposed to be kind of a Broncos fan. That's what the local stations show, but I don't really like Denver, so I'm kind of stuck. I'm a general NFL fan. I like teams that are good. I like to watch good football, good defenses, good offenses, and my loyalties kind of fluctuate, which I think kind of makes me a bandwagon fan for the NFL, but I don't really own any gear for them, so I don't necessarily think I'm jumping on the bandwagon and being a bad fan that way. So regardless, that's enough real sports talk. I'm sure you're bored by that. Sensor towers, double sensor tower here for our friends Northwest Archon. Just making sure drops don't come in, being very, very cautious that way. I like to see that. Again, both players kind of sitting in their bases right now. 30 to 28 harvesters, 65 to 59 total supply for both Northwest and Southeast. Currently, Southeast is in the lead. Starport coming on up. Is that the first starport for our friend Southeast Archon? I think it is. What are we going to do with it is the question. Liberators. Do Liberators. Aw, Tech Lab. Probably not Liberators. That's okay. Are you going to make Liberators? Factory making a lot of tanks. Engineering bays. No. So at this point, absolutely 0% Legacy of the Void units on display. We did see that KD8 charge down here. Didn't do a whole lot of damage, though. More fun than anything else. I keep seeing Triforce logos on the map. If you look at the mini-map down here, it's like a deformed, weird-looking Triforce logo with the triangles and the shape of a triangle. I'm sure all you guys have played Zelda games. Come on, don't tell me you haven't. They've been around since I was a kid, and there's lots of new ones coming out every single year as well. So I think every single console that Wii's actually made, that Nintendo's made, that Wii has made, right now it's the Wii, has included a Zelda game. So if you played anything Nintendo or owned a Nintendo console, you have probably played a Zelda game at some point, and been Link or been Twilight Princess or whatever it is. So taking a third base here is Team Southeast. So a little bit more aggressive on the macro side of things. The army is just kind of making a whole bunch of tanks, which is good. And Hellions, there we go. Going to turn those into Hellbats, I think, a little bit more effective in straight up fights, a little bit more tanky. Here comes the double starport. And more tanks being built. Are we going to get an armory to upgrade those tanks is the question. And I don't see Team Northwest actually having an armory at this point. So ringing the base with small groups of units to deal with drops as opposed to using sensor towers. So Team Southeast taking a slightly different approach to dealing with drops. There's a Widowmine here as well, just in case a bunch of Marines come in and want to get splashed in the face by that splash damage. Banshee coming around the bottom left side. Checking to see, checking to see if there's a third base, maybe trying to take down this SCV. It's going to be close. Actually, it's going to be okay. I think the Banshee's going to be able to kill this. A big, big tank push from Team Northwest, though, coming across the map, though. Banshee, are you going to try to even scout this out? Scout it out. There we go. Scouting it out and seeing there is a command center, and it is undefended, and I can actually kill this SCV with no problem. 2 shots. Ends up dead. Base is delayed. Banshee's job accomplished. All right, so here we come. Tanks are probably going to siege up most of them. I'm going to use some other tanks here as well, just for regular DPS. Coming right in the front door, just moving directly into the natural, taking down everything here, and then setting up the tanks here. I like this. Tanks demolishing this bio push, this bio army from Team Southeast. Team Northwest looking super great. This is not a good place at all for Team Southeast to be. All these workers are dying. The command center is forced to be lifted off. The Marines are happy about that. They can shoot things in the air as well as they can shoot things on the ground. They're probably actually going to get it before it can escape. These guys have no upgrades whatsoever, but the orbital command is now currently burning. There is a cloaked Banshee in the air. Gonna try to take down these Marines before the scan come down and save it. Another cloaked Banshee. There's the scan. I don't know if there are enough Marines to actually kill, though, jumping just outside the scan range. Oh no, are all the Marines going to die? The tanks aren't quite sure what to do with themselves. This guy needs to be repaired, like, immediately. Setting up the siege as well right here, trying to kill everything. The SCVs do manage to get the repair off on this orbital command. The tanks are like, we gotta attack stuff. We are going to die. We cannot defend ourselves, so we're just gonna move up this ramp, kill what we can, killing Marauders, killing Hellions, getting right inside these production facilities, and then sieging up. And pretty much you have to decide what you're gonna attack here at this point, because you are dying very, very fast. These two Banshees are being hero Banshees, 9 and 10 kills each. Sergeant and a Corporal. Who gets the kill on this one? This guy does. No, did the Marauder? I think the Marauder got that kill. Yep. So the tank push is cleaned up, but more tanks and Marines and Widow Mines are coming out now. Bring a Raven with you? I mean, I guess the starports don't actually have add-ons, so that's a problem. Armories are here, but no upgrades coming down for Team Northwest whatsoever. That is okay. A lot of mules coming down for Team Southeast. This base is still not being completed for Team Northwest, so I think the attention has been elsewhere, but I think it might be a good idea to finish this off. You're basically up against a 2-base Terran. I don't know. Do you know about that one? Oh, you don't know about this base. Team Northwest does not know about this base. Again, the Banshees are super duper hero Banshees. This tank as well takes a couple good shots off. The scan comes in, but it's too late again. Oh, Widow Mine hits. Oh no! The Banshees outrange the Widow Mines and kill them and the tank. Man, you Banshees are awesome. 15 kills and 13 kills on those guys. Immediately decloaking to save that energy because they're going to be needed again. That is for sure. So this base providing a lot of income right now for Team Southeast. Team Southeast does have, what, 25 workers to 30 available for Team Northwest. Again, Team Northwest, take this base. Send an SCV. There we go. Finally sending the SCV down. We're doing repairs, I think. Not repairs. Upgrades. I think we have enough money for upgrades. 300, 400 minerals and 1,200 gas. Be a good thing to do for your tanks and whatnot, but actually choosing not to do that instead. Trying to chase these Banshees are these Vikings, waiting for the cloak to run out. Possibly, can they see them? Oh, they can. Very, very good. Oh no, that guy ran out of energy. He's gonna die. No. The Banshees do manage to make it safe back home. The Marines chase away the Vikings, and that is that. So again, Hero Banshee is still alive. 13 kills and 15 kills, right? No, 17. It's actually gone up since we last saw. Vikings scouting around here for Team, what are we? Team Northwest. That's where these guys came from. This base just about to be finished, throwing down some missile turrets to make sure that Banshee Harass does not come back around again to try to kill this base. Thank you very much. Hitting that escape to kind of clear up the screen just a little bit as well. And what are we doing here? Drop with 3 Hellions. So, I don't know. 3 Hellion drop is probably okay unless there are tanks waiting for you, in which case your Hellions are all going to die. So here we come, boosting on in, dropping the Blue Flame Hellions. Tank going splash. Oh, probably killing his own guy. Oh no, the Hellions getting inside the minimum range of that siege tank, being forced to go out of siege tank mode. And there we go, going to town on these Hellions. Couple more hits. Surprising number of hits from a tank to kill a Hellion. It's like 4 or 5. I thought they would have like 3-shot them or 2-shot them possibly, but nope, that is not the case. Sitting in on a lot of workers here, rebuilding the base as well. Actually, that was just a repair and replant, I think is all that was. This orbital command did not actually die. So the repair was very clutch for Team Southeast. Southeast taking another base here. I think this was Team Southeast. Wait. Let's go to the current production tab. And yes, this is Team Southeast here. Orbital command being made at the 3rd base for Team Northwest. And yeah, both players just kind of hanging out. Not really a whole lot going on at this point. Production tab, I got rid of it by accident somehow. Again, oh, I was just about to say no Legacy of the Void units, but ta-da-da-da, Liberator on the way. So Defender mode could be pretty good against more of a meching army, I think. They hit harder against like a fewer number of tanks that can't shoot at them. Banshee, again, trying to do a lot of harassment here. The cloak coming up. Are we going to scan? Yes, there's the scan. A couple more hits. Oh no, one of our hero Banshees dies, but the one with 19 kills is darn near still alive, but not, actually not enough energy to cloak. No, it does. Has enough energy to cloak, but takes the chance to decloak and get away, trying to save up that energy for another day. Hey, that kind of rhymed. That's fun. What is this? Rapid deployment. Medevac deploys loaded troops twice as fast. Okay, so that must be a new upgrade in Legacy of the Void, and the icon for it is missing here in my replay. It's a blue box, but apparently it helps your drops make them a little bit faster, which I actually did see in a Legacy of the Void patch notes. We talked about that in a previous video, so pretty cool stuff. There we go, using Legacy of the Void ability to transport in siege mode tank. and flying over stuff. And Team Northwest, not quite sure what to do with this. We're going to drop behind these rocks. That might be a good place to go. Not quite sure where to drop this guy, to be entirely honest. But here we come again. Liberator comes in. Going to use defender mode. Are we? No, just kind of hanging out. There goes the defender mode. I think a little bit too late. Not really much to kill. Liberator does have a single kill. Actually does two-shot tanks. Wow! That is super good. This Bioforce trying to run in on top of these tanks, doing a pretty good job of it. Tanks dying left and right, but the tanks giving as good as they get. They end up dead. The Hellbats getting right on top of these Marines, roasting them to death. Do not do as well against these Marauders, though. And the Marauders going to town on them, being healed by the Medivacs. The Medivacs getting sniped down by Vikings that are no longer in the air, though. So these Medivacs are kind of hero Marauders, doing pretty good damage to these Vikings. A Banshee sniping things down as well, and the attack gets cleaned up, and reinforcements are coming from Team Northwest, and I don't know what is left here on the ground. This Liberator is still alive. Oh, going to try to snipe all these workers, one-shotting workers left and right here. Again, bouncing outside of the circle. That's what you want to do if you are inside an Archon circle. It's a bad place to be. A Viking ends up dead. There's a Thor here now with +1/+1. All right, we've been using the armory a little bit. Not using it anymore, but that is okay. These SCVs taking massive splash damage. They are transferring to their dooms. Liberator trying to set up defender mode here. It might be able to do it, and yes, it does. Sniping down Marines. I keep calling Marines workers. I don't know what my problem is, but that's all right. Liberator now has 11 kills and is a sergeant. This is, here we go. The curse of the team that did not make Legacy of the Void units is intact at this point. Team Northwest has made Legacy of the Void units. I guess in fairness, Team Southeast did get the Legacy of the Void upgrade, so that was alright, but I still feel like making LOTV units is pretty much the way to go here. Walking inside the circle of death is not good. Marines get one shot and just absolutely destroyed. Do not touch the inside of that circle. It's a bad place to be. Oh no, landing the Vikings. That's okay. The Thor took care of that guy. Took care of the Banshee just fine, and that's it. Team Southeast has lost the game and left the game. Team Northwest is victorious, and that's it. So Krampus and Oenone, I think, was Team Southeast. Alex and whatever that other name was is Team Northwest. So congratulations on the win. Pretty darn fun game. Once again, Liberators win the day. Even in TVT, they can be very, very effective. One-shotting Marines and two-shotting Marauders is pretty nice. I think they actually do two-shot tanks as well. What is this? 160 health. This does 85 damage, right? Yeah. Two-shotting tanks. Pretty amazing stuff. Make those Legacy of the units. Legacy of the Void units, everybody. But again, this has been FalconPaladin with yet another daily Blizzard upload. Thank you so much for watching today. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you heard and what you saw today. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook, /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you for watching, and you take care of yourself.